Alright, and right back into it. You're listening to episode 20. I've got actually something for the closing up of the month here for you. I've got a heads up on the global bands discovery. I'm going to revise and have ready for you what I have for like a basic, just like a catalog of global bands that you could check out, whether you've heard of them or not. And then forums on X, forums on, I think pretty much X is just the main, is where I want the forum. I want the forum on X. I'm not sure where any of it's going to kick off, but that's where it should kick off, to have discussions about this stuff, provide me with your feedback, and let me know how I'm doing, let me know suggestions, inquiries. I mean, you can always shoot a DM on X as well, but I'm most actively listening to my DMs on Instagram. The podcast page on Instagram's already premiered with a few photos of me and like the logos for these episodes. So just to let you know, you can also do a forum on there, or shoot me a DM on there. But we're gonna get into the theme for the month, on what the holiday theme of the month is, Global Bands Discovery, as we segue into the closing episodes of this season. So let's go. discourage any of the newcomers to this scene, to this platform, to doing podcasts, to making music. That's the last thing I want to do. And that said, I'm just putting that out there. So let's make sure that just kind of, for me as a mental note personally, especially since it's a solo, especially since these have all been solo episodes, that I want to make sure I'm taking a mental note there, that it kind of like I don't have anything to prove at this point. I've been doing this for so long. I work extra hard under certain circumstances, but that doesn't have anything at all to do with my tenure in doing this at all. So, like, if I ever get into any arguments with anybody, you heard it here first, that it's, arguments are not always avoidable, but I have said something here in the spirit of I'm experienced, and I don't need, and in that sense, I don't need to work as hard as everybody else that does this. So for this show, I have some happy birthdays. We just had some birthdays recently. Bob Dylan's birthday was last Saturday, from the Saturday previous from when this episode was premiered. Excuse me. We had I have a birthday coming up. We have a birthday from the Cradle to Enslave, 1999, Cradle of Filth. We just had a birthday for Bittersweets to Succubi by Cradle of Filth. We just had a premiere of Raise the Flag of Green. It's not metal, it's folk. It's actually pagan folk, but Raise the Flag of Green by Dave the Bard, who's a member of the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids. Those are all the birthdays that I have. Now, for the stuff here, I'm going to put on the spotlight. Some pretty important, all in the spirit of folk metal. These are all folk metal, and it's, whether it be important or not, it's going to be added in there what country that they're from. And none of these are from the U.S., but there is one from, actually, might be one from Ohio. So there is one from the U.S. And these all being folk, I'm going to actually put these also side by side with an avant-garde artist that is also similar to folk in that the instruments used are not conventional at all. There are non-conventional instruments used in these recordings. So with the artist, the genre, the country, the only thing that's missing in that catalog here, if I'm truly providing you with accurate information and in-depth info on these artists that I want to put on the spotlight on this episode, the only thing that's missing is the record label that I have some on here, just not all of them. So, if any, let me see. Yeah, I do. Okay, all right. So let's get into the spotlight portion of the episode then. First up, we have German folk metal Billwiss, and the albums that I have checked out, it's German folk black metal. That's Billwiss from Germany, and they have a couple albums that I have checked out. I want you to check out. One is Hameln and Pan. Moving right along, I don't want to add any of my opinions in on these, just simply putting these on the spotlight. That's all that I'm doing. Panopticon, I believe they're from Ohio, and they have an album called Kentucky. The other thing, actually, there is still something missing from this catalog, and that's where I found these artists from. So I'll have to do that as I go along. Billwiss, I found from Black Metal Promotion. Panopticon, I found from The Metal Show from Bandcamp podcast, the Metal Podcast on Bandcamp app. There's one last one that I found from Black Metal Promotion, and it's Darkestra. They're also German, and they're actually atmospheric pagan black metal. The album is by Darkestra, and it is called Nomad. The big, huge, freaking all extra large, all capital letters, most popular one on the list here is Elevetti, Swiss folk. They're just regular folk metal from Switzerland. And the previous front woman from that band has her own band name, Cellar Darling. So that's avant-garde. And there are two, that would make for two avant-garde bands in the spotlight. There's Cellar Darling as this Swiss avant-garde band. These two I have stuff to say about. I have stuff to say about all of this. I'm just not going to add it in at all. Next up, in the last avant-garde category, by Season of Mist, we have Thy Cattle Fac, Hungarian avant-garde. Cernunos is just full-blown folk metal from, I think I put here, I don't know where they're from, because I was actually looking on the Encyclopedia Metalum, or Metal Archives, trying to dig up some info on Cernunos, and I couldn't. So make sure you check out all the stuff that I've shared on the Spotlight. Last but not least, we have some new stuff up from these guys. They're also from Napalm Records, and it's Rotting Christ. And that's it for the Spotlight here on this episode. In closing up this whole thing here, I just want to do a couple album reviews very quickly on the Banished by Sin album by Deicide that just came out. Now that's where I want to start. There's only one other one after this. So it is death metal. It is not my cup of tea, but they had added, as they are like legends and very experienced in the field, they have added in some spice in there that really just keeps it interesting for me. I found it somewhat bearable, somewhat tolerable, and that's not to discredit their legendary status at all. That's just to say that it's not my cup of tea, so I wouldn't listen to it again, wouldn't recommend it. Only talking about it from all the articles, and interviews that are out about the band, that are out about the album, and some of the stuff that I liked that I heard when I was reading these and listening to these. So for those of you that do actually like death metal, check out Banished by Sin by Deicide, as they're just death metal juggernauts. They're legends, and they did it right. So there's a contrast to this that I want to provide you with, and that's the newest. It's not new by any means, as I've been meaning to actually listen to this album for a while, and I gotta say, just as with too much anticipation with most things, I was a bit disappointed, just a tad bit disappointed in the new Demi Borgir album, Inspiratio Profanus, released by Nuclear Blast Records. I went on the website, on the official website for the band, and I didn't find any recent news. It's been a while since they've updated it, as with any of the other bands that I follow or check out on a regular basis, and that's quite a bit upsetting, but you can still contact them through, if you need to, pretty easily through any of their social media. I don't think I even have a social media for them, but the album is just a little bit lackluster, and it was solid, and it was solid as it can be. So I mean, I'm not even gonna rate it or say much more than that, as I'll have to listen to it again, with the style of black metal that they provided also being in the domain of stuff that's just not my cup of tea. It's just not my style. So It's not like there could really be much more to say. It doesn't even really have much to do with the anticipation either. It's just that it wasn't really my style. But you could check out all their stuff on the social medias, or try to find them on one, or go to their website and check out, demu-borger.com, and also nuclearblastrecords.com as well. That's who they're under. Deicide, I'm not sure who they're under. You can find them at youtube.com/@deicideofficial, and the website for Deicide is deicideofficial.com. And with that, I am closing out and hoping you guys have a good freaking day.